Mike from Boyer Bows here. Alright, so this is where I am with the lumberyard tri-lamb. I just put a little, wiped the bow down with a little bit of water to show you what it's going to look like when I seal it up. Just give you an idea here. And basically that's it. This is the maple backed Toba core paddock belly bow tri-lamb. And you can see the paddock really didn't last. It's just sort of a nice accent color now and builds up the handle a bit. It's been backed with rawhide as I told you guys before, and there you go. It's in tiller, pretty much where I want it. And as you can see, we talked about it before. I used pretty much a 1/4 inch piece of maple, a 3/8 inch thick piece of Hatoba, and a 3/8 inch piece of paddock for a full inch piece of wood once all the tri-lambs were glued down, and that just made too heavy a bow at 66 inches. So you can see that mostly what is left on the bow, coming to a point there, is the paddock. Builds up the handle nice, makes a nice little spike, and then the Hatoba, it's really pretty nice. And there's the maple on the side. There's the whole tri-lamb. What it would have been, I think, if I had stayed at 72 inches, I could have kept more paddock, but hey, it still looks pretty good in general. And another spike there. And just, because I backed it with rawhide, I had to do something. Here, I'll give you a long shot of it. The water I put on it's drying. I put a little water on it so I can feel if there's any raised wood. And then I also put a snakeskin on it, or kind of put a couple of snakeskins on it. When I say a couple, I just got my legs in this picture. Yuck, sorry guys. So I got a copperhead, some scraps. The way I kind of went with this is this skin ended up in the freezer somewhere, and I believe it's either a king snake or a corn snake. I'm not sure which one. All I really know, it was in the freezer of the local pet store, and they called me and I said, hey, I'll come get it. But it wasn't long enough to back the whole bow, and I had these leftover pieces of copperhead that I have attached to each end, and I'll put a little decorative tie at the transition so you can't see the transition. So I think it's kind of nice. It goes with sort of the brownish red, orangey paddock. You know, I think it all sort of blends together. I was a little worried that this middle skin was going to make it look too much like a peppermint stick, but it didn't. It's got a little bit of color there, so that's nice. Anyway, all I really have to do now is seal it up and tie some, do the tie on the transition, and then we'll shoot it for you. I was thinking about sealing this with something a little more natural. I've been using a combination of grease and beeswax to seal my bows lately, and also tung oil. I'm trying to get away from the polyurethane. And I gotta tell you, the tung oil is spectacular. It takes forever to dry and get sticky and stuff, so you gotta be careful with it. It's kind of a little frustrating along those lines, but the beeswax and grease combination is spectacular. I love it. I like the tung oil too. I'm gonna be honest, I like the tung oil too a lot. But I'm concerned because this is a tri-lamb, this is a glue up. I am concerned that when the oil absorbs, you can see the color of the Toba turning sort of light now that the water is sort of drying out. I'm concerned that there'll be some kind of effect on the glue if once it soaks into the wood. I'm concerned it's going to do something to the adhesion. I don't know if that's a legitimate concern or not. I have never really used the oils, greases on a laminate. I've only used them on solid wood. So, hey, if any of you know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, please let me know in the comment section. This is a new experience for me. Or I can just go back to polyurethane and just, spray a few coats on the top of everything. I know that doesn't have an effect on the glue because the urethane just sits on top of the bow. It doesn't really penetrate that deeply into the bow. I mean, there is some, but for the most part, it's not. It doesn't mess up glue ups. So if you know the answer to that, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, there you go. This is a late night review, late night video just to keep you updated because I haven't posted in a while. But here's another long shot. What we got. You can see the difference in the Hatoba when it's dry. It loses some of that luster. Not so much the paddock, but and flipping it. There's the snakes. I think it's kind of cool. So this thing, it reminds me a little bit of that Timothy Burton thing from Nightmare, was it Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas, that worm thing? I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. Alright guys, Mike from Boyer Bows will come back with a more official outdoor shooting around and demonstrating video next time. Hope you, if you're following along with this video, I will put the link on how to apply a snakeskin to a bow that I've done so many times before, but I'll put a link to at least one of those video series in the description if you want to see how to put a snakeskin on your bow. Alright, take care guys, Mike from Boyer Bows.